Hello, and welcome to Art Snacks. Today I have a special request, and whenever a kid tells me there's something they want to learn how to draw, I don't always get to it that day, but I try to get to it. And I got a kid out there who told me that he likes buffaloes, or bisons, and I want to talk a little bit about them as we start to draw here. That a bison, who knows what a bison is, or a buffalo? I'm sure you all do, but where did they live? Where did they come from? Where would you find a bison? Anyone know? And it just happens to be a state symbol of Kansas because they lived in the prairie biome, in the tallgrass prairie biome. And Native Americans had a special relationship with the bison. And they hunted them, and they used them for many, many purposes. They used their hides, they used their tendons, but they respected and revered the buffalo. And so the buffalo and the Native Americans peacefully coexisted. Well, I would say peacefully, although they hunted them. There were plenty of buffalo to go around until a white man got here, and then we started hunting them. We started hunting them and shooting them from trains and piling up their carcasses, and before long there weren't very many left. And this was a bad thing because there had been millions of buffalo, and then suddenly there were not as many buffalo, and they were almost extinct when some people realized that we needed to do something to protect them. And now you can go and see buffalo in different places in Kansas, and there are prairie reserves where you can see buffalo grazing in their natural habitat, and they're amazing animals. They're so big, majestic. So drawing that other leg back there. Now we're going to darken that in a little bit. We're going to kind of frame in the head, kind of show where the head's going to be here. Okay. And then we're going to go and put in a bunch more hair on those front legs. Because they were very woolly, and they had to be because it's cold in the wintertime. These guys are out there with no blanket, no house to go to. Let's bring that foot down a little farther. And they had to stay warm, so they had thick, thick fur. Okay. Now, we put a little horn coming up here. Okay. Now, I didn't draw much detail here, and that's on purpose because there's an awful lot of hair that we're going to draw there. There's even kind of a beard hanging down right here that we're going to kind of frame in. We'll go ahead and make the nose. So let's see this little nose here. Okay. Bring this hump down just a little bit further. Like that right there. Okay. Now let's put some texture on this guy. I'm going to start up here on the head. Start of lots and lots of hair. You ever see a kid who grows their hair so long that you can't see their eyes? Well, the buffalo looks like he needs a haircut. He's got so much hair up here. Probably helped them keep the flies out of their face. I'm going to save a little spot right here, even though that's going to be really hard to see, for the buffalo's eye. Buffalo's beard. Where the beard and the antelope play. Okay, that was embarrassing. Sorry. I don't know if you ever do this, but sometimes I sing or talk to my drawings. And sometimes people think I'm weird. And that's okay. When people say, "You're weird," I always go, "Thank you." I take it as a compliment. So maybe you're a weird kid or a weird person. And that's cool. Artists have to be a little bit weird because they can see the world differently. They see possibilities, shapes and colors that other people might not always see. We need artists. I'm going to make his belly just a little darker. The lines. Let them get lighter. We do that a lot, don't we? Dark, lighter, lighter, lighter. transition. Now you can see my shading here. I'm kind of using lines. Now I'm using lines on purpose because this creature has fur, and I can't make it look too smooth or it'll look like he's made out of glass. We know he's not made out of glass. Let's get that hump going here. We've got to go up there and make it darker. Hunting these things in herds from a horse, I mean, that could be pretty dangerous. If you fall off, you could get trampled. And they could get mean, especially if they've got babies to protect. Any mama will get mean if you threaten her baby. Now, here's a buffalo just standing out there. I think we've got to put a little habitat here somewhere. So how about we kind of establish a little line here. And why would the buffalo be standing there if there wasn't some tall grass in the tall grass prairie? And see how I'm trying to make sure my grass doesn't all look exactly the same. I don't want it to look like, now this might be just a patch of grass with some rocks, stones here and there. Another patch of grass here. Grass back here. Grass, tall, tall, tall. Grass, tall. And both of those going, lunch. Now, for fun, let's try this. Let's make a little sky. Take this side of the pencil, and up in this area here we'll make some clouds. And when you make clouds, I don't like to make an outline because then it's like cartoon clouds. I like to sort of make them random variations in the sky, especially when I'm using pencil. But I don't want the ground and the sky to look exactly the same here. So I'm going to go kind of add some variations. On the ground, I can make things a little darker, not too dark, a little darker. And last but not least, it's time to start signing your work. So I think right about here, I'm going to sign. Yay! And that's the bison, or the buffalo. See you next time.